sold, some land to, Joe McEver, the pharmacist.
Yeah, I know that.
And, I also sold some to Mark Riley. You know Mark?
Mark's in state trouble, right?
Right.
I knew Mark had bought some, I know he still had it.
Yeah, he still got it, yeah.
Closed session affidavit, or didn't make it around the table. Yeah, I didn't turn out, and I'll stop down.
Sorry.
I don't see a sidetrack. No, let me get on this.
Who did on the list?
No, they're back there, I didn't pull them out.
Did you get one of these?
No, you know what, no, I don't think.
Frank?
So,
EDA probably needs one.
Oh, they do that? Did you get one of them?
thank you.
How are you?
I'm good. How you doing? Good
I just-
morning.
Yeah, that should be enough. I
If
think
not,
I
we'll
need
get
5
more.
extra for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, for anybody that might show up.
Jalen, you doing okay?
Yes, sir.
I need to give Carlos and Brandon those. You got those, are those two?
Yeah, you need one?
No, I've got one. They just
One.
Brandon and Carlos.
Dana comes up, she got one.
Is Dana gonna be here?
I don't
Sometimes
know.
yes, sometimes no.
You can throw one over there if you
Needs
want.
one.
It's all on the website, right? Because I didn't get a chance to bring any backup docs. The agenda packet?
Oh, yeah, I got it over here if you want it.
Okay. And did you get my email on the Wix?
Now my food where I find it.
We're gonna call the meeting to order. March the 5th, 2026.
Carlos, you ready over there?
I
can wait.
Wo's got something for me.
Okay.
What, you want?
Do you have that packet?
Yeah, here's the whole packet, right here, all the resolutions.
From a meeting, so not as prepared.
No problem, no problem. Be like that sometime.
You can, but.
You ready now, Carlos?
Yeah.
All right, the first item on the administrative and fiscal matters is 2026 CDBG application, resolution R 2026-18. Authorized application for the 2026 CDBG grant, county manager.
All right, so this is, we've been doing this each year now for 24, 25, 26. In order to be eligible for an annual competition, you do have to have a housing component for it. And so you can apply for up to $1,250,000. And I just want to double check something. Hang on a second. Okay. The required cash match, I think I budgeted, which you won't see until later this year. I think it was roughly $46,000 in local cash, general fund, to support the local match for this grant. And the sewer match will come from SPLOST,
And what is that?
roughly $300,000.
The sewer match?
Yes,
you're
every
talking
year,
about-
that's, and we, let me explain the process a little bit. So they select a target area. And so each year, I tell them that we don't want the local match to be any higher than $300,000. And so based on the engineering and design and preliminary estimates, if the target area is too large, because the cost is gonna be higher, they shrink the target area so that we're not more than $300,000 for the local match.
So we're at $346,000 altogether for the
Yeah,
match.
46 from general fund and 300 from the SPLOST.
Now continue with some questions.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Please do.
Why does it have to have a housing component? Because in years past, we applied for CDBG grant for sewer projects. We got sewer projects and they were approved and there was never a housing component to it.
Correct. So you were eligible to apply for CDBG every other year.
Right?
With a housing component, you can apply every year. So you're getting $900,000 in sewer money, and yes, you're spending $300,000 in SPOS more each year, but you're advancing, accelerating the replacement of the sewer lines.
But what about this housing part of it? What are we doing now? What is that doing?
So you're either rehabilitating homes, or in this year's case, which that project's about to start, you're reconstructing 2 homes.
Can we not apply for just the sewer?
You could apply for just sewer next year, not this year, if you're not gonna
Why-
have a
why is
housing
that?
component. Because you're only eligible to apply for CDBG when you don't have a housing component every other year, and you currently have a 25 grant.
All right, when will we have to pay this $346,000? When the
The
project is done?
46,000, roughly spread out throughout the rest of this year for the general fund. And then the 300,000 sometime, actually. So the way this works, for this particular grant, probably not for another 2 years. So for example, the match that you're paying for sewer this year is for the 24 grant. The 300,000, you have a question?
Say that again now, the match we're paying now is for the 24 grant?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Not the
Sewer's
300,000.
always,
Oh, you're
sewer's
talking about
always late.
what- Oh, okay.
So you have 2 years to get all this stuff done. So the 25 grant, even though you're gonna start with the housing component this week with the housing component, and you'll finish that project this year, you won't go out to bid for the sewer replacement 25 grant till sometime late this year, possibly even further next year.
So my question would be, we're committing to paying $300,000 in a year, we don't know where we'll be financially. So if it's 2 years from now, we don't know where we're gonna be financially 2 years from now, now we're on the hook for 300 grand before we even get there.
Yeah, that would be SPOS funds.
Yeah. And I just worry that Splost, oh, we'll get that from Splost.
No, so
Oh, we'll
it's
get that from Splost. And then,
And that is a good question. So you know you have SPOS money coming in through March 31st of 2030.
but I just don't know how much of that we'll have in 2 years.
I mean, that's part of our job would be, if you vote for this, that we have to encumber those funds.
But we've spent a lot of SPOS money ahead of time too.
We won't be doing that anymore.
Let me ask you this, all right, the sewer that we're applying for, is this, tell me more about it. Where is it, and is
Yes,
it
sir.
connected to what we've already done, or is it new, or?
Right, so right now, we're finishing, the 24 CDBG is finishing the area east of Vincent Highway. So that, for the last 14 years, you've been working in that area. So now that we can apply annually, you're accelerating the sewer replacement. So the 25 CDBG will be the first time we go west of Vincent Highway into the Oconee Heights area.
Going into a new area?
Yes, sir. That has sewer problems. And the sewer infrastructure there is about 70 years old, 65 to 70 years old. And it's terracotta pipe. And so we have a revitalization area strategy, and it's the entire Oconee Heights area. And we will stay in that area until we finish.
And how
And
many,
then we would move on to like Hardwick and then Harrisburg.
So that hadn't already been awarded? That,
The
I
20,
thought the sort of Oconee Heights streetscape project and all that involved all of the water lines and sewer lines already.
water lines, yes, not sewer. The sewer will be cured in place pipe.
All right, so do we have, I know there's been talk about a consent decree in regards to our sewer lines. Do we have an inventory of, the terracotta lines that would be that could be subject to a consent decree by the environmental. Do we have an inventory of how much of that we have? So that if we want to move forward with these kind of grants, and we know how much we have to get done, it's not, oh, we got some, how much of it do we have that we need to be focused on?
Yeah, and I think,
In
I
addition, do
think
we have
we're
an
working.
engineering report about this to tell us what?
Yeah, I think they're working on that, but right now I couldn't answer that. So, for example, in Ogden, there are some new sewer lines that were replaced back in 2010, before they started going into east of Vincent Highway. So not everything on the south side has those old terracotta pipes, but at Harrisburg, Hardwick, those areas are gonna have that.
All right, in answer to my question about the engineer, you say the engineering firm is working on that?
Yes, sir.
So we don't have an engineering report?
Not,
Say that this area is critical or this area is not so bad or what?
right now, we haven't been able to be that proactive. So what we're working with right now is the area in this
we guessing.
revitalization area strategy,
So
as we go.
So we're guessing how bad it is?
When I tell you Hardwick and Harrisburg, yes, sir. We have done the video of the Oconee Heights area.
We have?
Yes, sir.
And what did it tell us?
Or it's all terracotta.
Okay.
And then based on,
But just because it's terracotta pipe doesn't mean it's not working.
well, we have the video to show us what's
Should've got
happening.
cracks.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
that's what I'm interested in.
Yeah.
And I was also told that the water over there comes out kind of murky looking over on Coney Heights, in some areas in Coney Heights. Have you checked the?
Well, any water line that is at the end of a line is gonna be subject to that in any water system. So they go out there and do some maintenance and release some of that water. It's just typical for ends of lines.
I imagine those are all galvanized.
Well, in Oconee Heights, they've done about half of the water lines, they're now PVC. But even if it's PVC, you're gonna have that.
Okay.
Yeah, because you have to settle in the.
Yeah.
What is the time frame of us having to apply? Is there a deadline? Is there a time, I mean? is
It's
it
due at the end of the month.
I have a question, if you don't mind if
Go
I
ahead,
ask.
go ahead.
Carlos, this, we talked about the surveys for SPOS expenditures. We were talking about it earlier today. Was this listed as one of the things that voters approved?
Yeah,
to use
the
those?
budget shows it shown it each year since,
I'm not talking about the budget.
the SPOS budget
And is
for the
this-
local match.
Is this consistent with what was on the referendum that voters approved?
I mean, we didn't show them a budget, but it's, you
No,
know,
was it listed on the referendum?
I think so.
Is there any way
I
you
can run and go get that for you real quick and read all that.
I'd like to see it.
But typically, water and sewer infrastructure is in there.
Brandon.
Some of Oconee Heights is in the city, right?
Yeah, we're not working on that,
just in the county?
just the county.
City stops at Horn Avenue.
It has a strange angled line that comes through Oconee Heights.
The houses on the left side of Horn Avenue headed towards Vincent are in the city, but the road is the county. Don't ask me how I know.
I would, Mr. Chairman, I'd like to look at the SPOS referendum to see if it's consistent with what voters approved for use of SPOS funds.
Can you get us that,
Can you
Carlos?
give me about 5 minutes?
Yes, sir,
Okay.
no problem.
We can go to the
Do you
next
just want to
item.
move on to the
We can
next?
go to the next item, can't we?
Yeah, we can go
Come
ahead.
back.
And we'll go back, y'all okay with going back to this item? We'll go to the, well, the county manager got to talk about that one.
Well, Mr. Chairman, I was gonna see if Brandon could maybe fill in for him on the solicitor's budget. What do you think? I think he worked on it, that's why.
Brandon, you feel comfortable doing that? Since you was in the, you was in the meeting.
I can just say this is the budget. I mean,
Right. Everybody should have had an opportunity to read it because they sent it to our email. Have everybody had that opportunity to read it yet? So we'll move to the next item then, the solicitor, general budget amendments, resolution R 2026-19, authorize amendments to the solicitor, general budget, county manager. And he's not here, so if you want to just wait till you get back.
Solicitor's good with it.
I move we approve it.
Second.
Any discussion?
Just so everybody knows, we did have a meeting with the solicitor. We came up with a solution to the question we had. She was satisfied. We made the budget amendment that Brandon referred to, and so we should be good to go, so.
Anybody else have anything? All in favor? Aye. Motion passes, voting unanimous. Going to the third item, be the probate court budget amendment, resolution R 2026-20, authorize amendment to the probate court budget, county manager.
I don't know anything about what the issue was with this.
Hopefully Carlos will be back
I know a
in
little
few.
bit about it. It's my understanding that the probate judge's budget was reduced. And that was not consistent with any conversations that I remember us having as a
Right.
board. And it was gonna run him in the negative on some fees. And so this is to correct and be more consistent with what the view of the board was when we went through these discussions.
That's my understanding also. And I don't have the numbers in front of me right now. I can look on my phone maybe what he amending the budget to.
I'm
I
certainly
think it
comfortable
was-
making the motion to
I
approve.
think it was back to where it had been.
Back, had,
It-
It was
had
back
been.
to
Where it had
where
been.
it should have been.
Okay.
I make a motion, we approve.
Second, Mr. Chairman.
Any more discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Pass again unanimously. The next item will be the moratorium on the multifamily residential development, resolution R 2026-21, enact a moratorium on multifamily resident development on Log Cabin Road. I think you can take this one over to Commissioner Strickland.
Sure, thank you. Yeah, it's my understanding there's, in terms of the development on Log Cabin Road, I know me in particular, I would like us to get through the planning and zoning conversation prior to lifting this moratorium. So the spirit of extension is to just give us enough time to move through the planning and zoning conversations. That area, the Log Cabin Road, if I'm not mistaken, is the busiest county road we have. And you know, if planning and zoning is adopted or it's struck down by this board, I feel like, you know, then we'll be able to quit extending these moratoriums. So it's just to hit the pause button until we get through that conversation, Mr. Chairman.
No problem. Anybody else have any discussion?
I would just, just so the record reflects, it's my understanding in 17 or 18, it was about $20 million to four-lane that road. And so I would hate to dare say what it costs today. And so I feel like the spirit of this is to, as Commissioner Strickland stated, to kind of get wrap our arms around, you know, being able to plan for the density that dumps onto that road. And if we don't, then we could be forcing taxpayers into spending a lot of money to four-lane a road that we may not want to do.
And I know at once upon a time, they were talking about putting a roundabout right there at North Jefferson and Log Cabin, and I think at Dunlap. I haven't heard anything back from him. Have any of y'all heard anything from him?
City manager at the time wanted his engineer, the city engineer, to engineer it. But it was gonna be a joint project with the city and the county, and
Thank you, Carlos.
no progress has been made, to my knowledge.
Now, I've heard some EMS people told me that the one at Log Cabin would be good, but the one at the end of Dunlap, because it's coming down that hill, would not be feasible, would make it more dangerous.
Okay,
Go
they have a
around
lot of
about.
rigs right there
Because
too.
they're coming down that hill off of Dunlap, from Columbia to Jefferson.
Right,
That would not be a good spot for a roundabout.
And that's in the city, isn't it, though?
That's the city.
It wouldn't have anything to do with
right.
us. Yeah.
But that's what I was
It
told
would-
by EMS.
so if anybody have no more discussion, I entertain a motion.
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passed again unanimously vote. Y'all wanna go back to item number 1 right now, or y'all wanna just go and finish number 5?
Finish number 5 and then go
Okay.
back.
G-Dot Transit Application Resolution R 2026-22, authorize a Georgia Department of Transportation Transit Grant. County Manager.
All right, this is the type of grant that Sammy Hall loves.
No match.
No match.
I think this
So moved,
is-
Mr. Chairman.
Tell us more about it.
Here we go.
Bus repairs, they do have an expansion vehicle in there. Those are the two main ones that I remember. I don't remember all the other details.
The expansion vehicle is not guaranteed, so we're just putting it as like a hopeful, if the state has extra funds, they can spread out through the counties. They told us that they would give us those funds to buy the vehicle with no match, that would be fully paid for by the grant. And then the rest of those expenses are mainly operational supplies that will make it where the county does not have to pay for those expenses with the normal grant.
So no money out of our pocket.
Nada. Zero.
Your type of grant there, Sammy.
Zero.
No, this is not my type of grant, but no match is. You know how I feel about that transportation thing, it ain't.
I think we
So
have a
moved,
mo-
Mr. Chairman.
I think you already had did it, then you make a motion.
Oh.
So, all right, so somebody can.
Second.
Second, okay, then, any more discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed?
I voted
Okay,
aye.
I couldn't hear you.
Since there's no money out of our
That's
pocket.
on my bad ear, I can't hardly hear, so you gotta speak up a little bit. Well, the motion to pass is unanimously. Now, we're going back to the number 1, have everybody had the opportunity to read what, Carlos brought out to us?
And that's what was presented to the voting public. And for those who may not have a copy, under section 3,
Okay.
number 3, it says,
Street sidewalk bridge.
public works infrastructure to include the expansion, renovation, upgrading, and extension of water, sewer, storm drainage, and flood control facilities, roads, street, sidewalk, and bridge improvements.
So we should be able to use this in other areas also then, right? Not just in that designated area?
All those things that are on that list
Okay.
there.
Anywhere.
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Second, any more discussion?
I still have a little bit of concern about getting us on the hook for 300 grand 2 years from now is, do we know for a fact this, we don't pay this until 2 years away?
Yeah, unless some miracle they can, get all the engineering and design done sooner, but we haven't even gone out to bid for the 25 sewer. And we don't even have the, 90% plans for the 25 sewer.
And
And remember,
do we have the money for the 25 sewer?
yeah, the 25 sewer, you'll be paying in 27. We're paying this year for the 24 sewer. And that's budgeted into this plus.
So that's basically what we voting on then, the 20,
This is the 26 application,
okay,
but in terms of when this sewer's gonna get done,
right,
probably late
Okay.
next year, early 28.
okay.
This is just an application.
Yes, sir.
So if we are approved, we still have to come back and vote to accept
Yes, sir.
the grant.
Just like you do with
Right.
all these other
Still
grants.
have another.
Sometime this summer.
out.
All right, yeah, well, that,
Sometime this summer.
Right, one
That-
other question.
that eases my comfort.
What happens, and I'm not saying that we would ever do this, but what happens if we get approved, we vote to accept the grant, but then due to whatever reason, we say, we can't do it? Can you still, is there still another opt-out chance?
I've never asked that question, but I'm sure there is, or there's a way to
Sometime
extend it.
between now and the time we accept the grant, I'd like to know that answer, cause you know, you, 2 or 3 years from now, you don't know where you're gonna be and what the situation is, and you know, you might not wanna go forward with it. I don't know. I just would like to know if there's another escape clause.
Let's see if I'm hearing you right. You said we vote to accept the contract, then we not be able to do it. Can we opt out, or you actually, you wanna make, before
No,
we
right
vote on
now,
it?
we're just voting
For
on
the application,
application.
application,
Application.
It'll come back to us to vote to approve it.
right.
Yeah,
later
Lord,
on.
Lord willing,
And what
Lord
I'm
willing
saying
would
is-
get it.
If we do
No
approve
guarantee.
it and something
Okay,
goes
I got you.
sideways, do we have an escape clause?
But we have to
Hopefully-
get the grant first.
Yeah, we gotta
Yeah.
get it first, that's right.
And hopefully we'll know in 2 years before we vote on this,
Absolutely.
but I know you asked
I'm
a
just-
hypothetical
yeah,
question.
Right, okay.
If it do
And,
happen.
you know, I didn't say this, but y'all realize this is a highly competitive process.
Process,
Should be.
So,
and one that's well needed in Baldwin County. If there's not any more questions, all in favor? Aye. Motion passed unanimously again, vote. Do anybody else have anything to say before we adjourn?
I would like to know, when are they gonna go out and finish Lake Laurel Road, the edges where the mud keeps running in people's yard, Carlos?
well, they had to plant winter grass, right, last year. And, I will find out when the planting schedule is for the next, because you have to have a mix of grasses. Stuff that grows in the winter, stuff that grows in the spring and summer and all that. That's a good question. I'll go ahead and ask that.
Okay. Thank you.
If there's not any more questions, I'll call for a motion to adjourn.
So move, Mr. Chairman.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Meeting adjourned.
Unanimous vote. Print that,
And a
Billy.
good time was had by all, Brandon.
Hey, Andrew
Yes, sir.
See, sir, I told you you're gonna be quick.
and Kendra?